You guys, I got off work tonight and I decided I'm going to film my vanity tour. I have been wanting to do this for months. Almost 3 years ago, I redid this room. This is my zen, my oasis. It used to have bright purple walls with stripes on them. It was just not me. And I wanted to make it me. And I did it on the cheap. I slapped some paint on the walls that we already had. I put up some pictures, which I am madly in love with, but I got them at a thrift store for $2.99 each. The shelves came from Amazon. The couch back there, I got from where I work because they upgraded the couches in the lobby. You guys, it's not fancy. It might look fancy. It's not fancy, but it is my Zen oasis. It is my happy place. And I've already done a beauty room tour. I will link that up in the cards and down below, but last summer, almost a year ago, I upgraded my vanity. I upgraded my storage. And that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you my storage, I'm going to show you my vanity, and I'm going to tell you how I did it on the cheap. So if you want to see where I sit every day and do my makeup, then stick around. Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. So this is where I sit. This is where I film. This is where I put on my makeup. I'm sitting on my couch so you can see I have some lights up here. The big ring light came from Walmart. It was $16. Those little ring lights on each side came from Amazon. Those lights up there came from Leanna. She sent them to me as a gift. There, so I don't blind you, I turned the little ring lights off. Those pictures up there that I look at every day, the two larger pictures are diamond paintings that my daughter made for me. And the one in the middle came from a very, very dear friend. My desk is a prefab countertop that I got from Menards. And if you're not from the Midwest, Menards is like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, but it is a little bit cheaper. It's a 6-foot countertop. I think it was $45. It is sitting on top of my previous desk. Yes, there is my trash can. There are my Clorox wipes. There is a mess of wires back there. But let's start with the desk itself. So over here on this side, I have a coffee mug, and it has a box opener. It has some scissors. It has a Sharpie. It has an ink pen. It's not focusing. And an emery board. This is hard to do by holding this. Multiple pairs of glasses because I can never seem to find them when I need them. And then these are my Shop My Stash palettes. If you watch my Shop My Stash, you've seen these before. These are from Temu, and these are perfect. These are exactly what I wanted to store my palettes so that I could see them. Everything is out in the open. I love it. These two little guys are just everyday palettes that I have. Those are some lid setting shades. Yes, it's filthy. This is real life here, guys. Those are some lid setting shades. That is an eyebrow shade or my hairline when I need to color. This is a ColourPop shadow that is almost done. I just repressed it not too long ago. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen this guy. These are ColourPop mattes, and I use them so very often. This is my perfect color story, and I love it very, very much. And those just sit right there. This is a candle that I light when I'm getting ready. I don't light it. I turn it on when I'm getting ready. Recently, very recently, my stepmother passed away, and she had an honor walk at the hospital because she was a former veteran and a retired police officer. And so there was an honor walk for her, and that is one of the candles that I got. So I put that here. Now we're going to my mirror so that I can get it off of the top of my vanity so that we can see everything else. But Leanna gave me this for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I love this mirror so very much. So I'm going to turn it off and put it to the side. Okay, so I put that to the side. So here we have toners and facial mists. Those are my cotton rounds. Those are from Amazon. I have some facial cottons from Shiseido that I got from Erin that I only use at night with my nighttime toner. They're just so very soft and so relaxing. These are all things that are in projects. So usually my deck of panning, my project 3 uses, and my eyeshadow roulette. That's eyeshadow roulette. Everything else is, oh, I also have Face the Music. I don't do that here on my channel. I do it on Instagram only because I don't have time for a whole nother video. This is a mirror that I got from Amazon. And then over here, we have the foundation that I use in my Shop My Stash, because I usually only bring out one foundation because I'm trying to pan other foundations in my 26 and 26. So I usually just pull one. So that is my Hourglass. And then I have my 2 mixers because I use those quite often. Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Bronzer that I will use as a mixer as well. And then this is a color corrector. It was a sample that's been hanging around for a couple of years. And I use it every day, and I use just a little bit. And I'll show you how much is left. This is how much is left. There's still a ton of it. So crazy. This mug came from my girl, Jen B. And I'm not going to read it to you. You'll have to read it yourself. This is in my Plan to Pan. And this is just a light shade that I mix with a lot of different things that are too dark. And then my Sephora, this is my Sephora Daily Brush Cleaner Spray. So I will spray one of my microfiber towels that are right here, and they're very dirty. I will spray those, and then I will clean my face brushes. And then over here is another little mirror. This is from CR Lashes. FabFitMama has her own lash company, and she sent me that. I have my triangle poofs and my sponge. I wash my sponge every day when I wash my face. So yes, it's dirty. It will get washed tomorrow. And then this is a mirror that I got from my friend Laura over at Laura the Bargain Hunter, and it says "Not a Day Over Fabulous." And she sent me that with my 50th birthday present, I believe. And then this over here is acetone. And there's a Pat McGrath powder. It's one of those shiny powders. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. And that's just a sample of dog shampoo that I got that I haven't put away yet. Okay, this is the first drawer of my Alex drawers on the right-hand side. And these are all of my Z palettes that have singles in them. Every single one of these has singles in it. And they're by brand mostly, but I do have a couple that just have like special shadows in them. This is all hair stuff. Scrunchies, clips, bobby pins, little ponytail holder things, just anything I need for my hair. These are like tools. These are all these little razors. These are some facial cottons from this right here. That's what Erin gave me. And I keep a little bit right here so that I can just reach for them. And then over here, I have some tweezers and some scissors and sponge tip applicators, because there are certain shimmers that work really well with sponge tip applicators. I have some shadow shields, and I have eyelash curlers that I don't ever use. These are extra brushes from Shop Miss A. I love these brushes. I've talked about these brushes so many times on my channel. And whenever I put in an order at Shop Miss A, I order like 5 or 6 at a time. These are what I use for my cream products. So these I'll use for either eyeshadow, primer, or concealer. And then these I use for cream blush or bronzer. And then this is a mirror that magnets to my big mirror. And then this is a phone holder. Oh, and it's magnetic, and it has a clip on it. And then the last drawer holds hair tools. It has brushes, which, you guys, I brush my hair like once a month. I use a pick or a wide tooth comb because you just don't brush curly hair. But I do have this Shark Flex Styler that I love so very much. And this is a curly brush. And just a regular wet brush. Yeah, I don't really brush my hair, you guys. I don't. And then there's a big curling iron. And then while I'm sitting down here on the floor, I'll show you. This is my hair dryer with my diffuser on it, and it has there's a little hook. I can show you underneath here. This little teeny desk is where I used to do my makeup. And when I got this countertop, I tried to put it on the top of the Alex drawers. These were too short. I tried to put it on my other Alex drawers behind me. They were too tall. So this was the Goldilocks just right. And yeah, it's just sitting on top of that desk. I do have one of those rubbery no slip things underneath it so that it doesn't slip back and forth. These right here are Z palettes too big to put in a drawer. And on the top are my Divina shadows. And then I have Sydney Grace shadows and ColourPop 26 pan shadows. And now we're on the other side. Yes, you guys, these fingerprints won't come off. They will not. I have scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. They won't come off. These are extra Z palettes that don't have anything in them. This is my laptop and my mouse pad. So when I do my Project Pan updates, I have my laptop on my vanity. So this set of Alex drawers on these 3 drawers hold my Shop My Stash. So these are my complexion products. Is it going to focus? Powder, concealers, primers. So that's what holds that. Those are glowy primers in the back. These are more pore filling and hydrating primers. And then we have bronzers and blushes. Bronzers over here. And then these are, it's not focusing. These are cream blushes. These are powder blushes. These are highlighters. These are also powder blushes. I think it's wanting to focus on my hands. So these are eyes and lips. So we have mascaras and brow products like brow gels, eyeliners and shadow sticks, lip liners, eye primers, and lipsticks. This drawer are all of my face palettes, and I consider a face palette to be anything with 2 or more pans. So my smaller face palettes are here. And then these hold singles. Those are my Benefit blushes. And these are Sydney Grace blushes and highlighters. And then, yeah, so I just have all of my face palettes in here. And then this bottom drawer is all panning stuff. First of all, my Betty cards. This is where my Betty cards live, down here. My silicone spatulas, my metal spatulas. I have different types of heavy-duty tweezers to use. I have, I don't know what, yeah, right here. This is a dental kit with picks and stuff that I use to depot. And these are to press shadows. I have a 26 millimeter. This is more for like blushes. And then this one is for square pans. And then I have some doe foot applicators. Those are really good for cleaning things out. And then a syringe, also good for cleaning things out and for getting like lip gloss out of tubes or whatever. Oh, I have my washi tape there in the back, and I use that to mark products. So directly behind me is a couch. This is the couch that I said I got from my work. It's just a leather couch. It has some pillows on it. It has a throw blanket, and it has Luna's bed. Luna is not with us. She will come back on Friday, which is tomorrow. I think you're seeing this. You might be seeing this on Friday or Saturday. So on each side of my couch, I have Alex drawers. So let's go to the one on the left. This is the one, if you look back behind me, that's my Raven light. I really want to get a cooler light bulb to put in there to match the rest of the lighting in the room, but I haven't done that yet. But these are all of my eye products. I have mascaras, I have shadow sticks, I have black liners, colored liners, eye primers, extra mascaras. These are like single shadows that are in packaging and like liquid shadows. And then behind here, is that? Yeah, those are brow gels. These are going to be messy because I haven't taken the time to do anything. This is one drawer of my nail polishes. I do have them kind of separated by brand. I have Mooncat, I have Cleona. These are all my Orleys, a bunch of Orleys. I have, which one is this? Is this? Yeah, I have some Zoyas here. These are London Town and China Glaze. More nail polishes. I have all kinds of different, these are all miscellaneous. I have Nails Inc. And then over here, I have a bunch of like top coats, base coats, nail thinners, all of that. These back here are nail stickers, like those nail stickers you put on your nails, and it's like nail polish, but they're stickers. Next one down is a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of different sponges. These are some containers. I rehomed all of my e.l.f. putty blushes and bronzers in these. And then I have, these are nail polish, but they're like nail art, but I like to use them to mark things. And then there's a bunch of like little magnet disc things for if you depot something that's aluminum and it doesn't stick to the magnet, use that. Next one down are empty Z palettes. There are some cleared down to like a single, or there's like these from Makeup Geek, and then there's like 9 pan, 12 pan, 16 pan, 24 pan, 48 pan. And then a bunch of nail tools. I have a nail light there. I have files. I have things to cut fake nails. I have some fake nails right here that I don't use. I have just a bunch of like buffers, just a bunch of stuff like that. And then down here, good question. It's like some tools. I have an extra dental set. I have empty rollerball things that I got here. I have a heat gun right there. I have a tiny screwdriver set right there. So it's just tools, And then if you've seen my Shop My Stash, then you've seen these drawers. These are glowy primers. These are pore smoothing primers, hydrating primers, sticky primers, just a bunch of primers. This is where my foundations live. These are all open foundations. These are not open foundations. These are like eye brighteners and color correctors and concealers. I have bronzers over here. There's a couple of cream bronzers I have. These are powder bronzers. These are cream bronzers. These are loose powders and pressed powders over here. These two. Those are my powders. I do have a full size of the one size back there. These are blushes. Cream blushes over here, which are in like stick form. These are all powder blushes. These are brand new powder blushes that I got from Give Me Glow. And then we have more cream blushes over here and my highlighters. I did not need a whole drawer for highlighters because I barely have any highlighters at all. I have decluttered so many highlighters because I just don't use them. But I do keep some around. I keep my favorites. These are lipsticks. I have high-end lipsticks over here. I have drugstore here. And then these are like lip crayons and lip pencils. Not lip pencils as in liners, just like crayons and stick type pencils. And then finally down here we have lip liners, liquid lipsticks, and lip glosses, lip oils. I don't think there's any balms in there, but like my kissing jellies and my Too Faced lip injection, and then a couple of lip glosses that I have. And then if you want to see my skincare, I have this craft cart that holds my skincare. My mom bought me this thing. And it's not all skincare. Some of it is just junk, basically. So this top drawer has some cards in it. It has some hardware in it. This is like sticky tape. It has some stickers in it. Just a bunch of just stuff. This is my like giveaway slash pass on stuff. Stuff I'm going to pass on that has been used, stuff that has not been used for giveaways. So I don't know if you saw what was in there, but that's coming up this year. I have all of these. These are serums and treatments. These are cleansers. Oh, these are makeup erasers right there. But these are cleansers and micellar water. And then down here, these are all body products and tools. So like these are like little scrubbers for your face. This is a hand mask. There are foot masks in here. Body products. So up here, this is the top drawer of this side. This is my gratitude journal. I write 3 things every day that I'm grateful for. And I have some gloves from when I color my hair. There's the rest of my washi tape. If you've seen this on TikTok, this is a complete scam. Just saying. These are eyes and lip products. These are toners. These are masks. These are moisturizers. I still have a bunch of these little minis that my mom gave me. And then some moisturizers that I'm just working through one at a time. And then these are all hair products. So this is my full-size Verb. I'm working on a smaller Verb that I just got from Aaron. But, you know, leave-in conditioners, any hair product that's waiting in the wings is in this right here. It's in this drawer. Oh, you guys, this is what's left of my Franken drawer because I've already Frankened some products this year. So these 2 are in my Franken drawer and they are waiting to be Frankened with something. And then the good, the bad, the ugly, this is just a bunch of junk. These are like cards for friend mail. This is a phone mount that I got that is terrible. These are some mats that I use for drying my my brushes. And then this thing has a bunch of like little container things and extra soft-sided bins and there is a greeting card in there. Yeah, just a bunch of organization stuff and bubble wrap. This is my craft cart. And the top holds my makeup brushes. So face brushes, eye brushes. My dirty brushes are back there in the back corner. And then this next shelf holds my daily, everyday hair products, my everyday skincare, day and night. And then the bottom are hair care items that I don't use every night, that I do use like once a week, once every other week or whatever. And then this is skincare products, same. Stuff that I don't use all the time, but I do use. Guys, I almost forgot to show you my bookcase. This top shelf of my bookcase, this sits beside me. It's against the wall. These are memories. These are special things that people have sent me or things that I have bought that mean something to me. So let's start with the palettes. I have my Batman palette that I just decluttered. I have a Betty Boop palette and I have another Betty Boop palette. I don't like the eyeshadow. It's terrible eyeshadow, but I love the packaging. That came from my friend Jen B. It says, "Hey girl, hey." I have that Betty Boop cell. I don't know if you can see. Can you see it? There we go. That I got from a very, very special friend. This is like a little shot glass that I got from Colorado, a friend of mine from Colorado. This is a very, very old compact that was my grandmother's. So I keep that up here. This is a rock that my bestie gave me. She loves to tumble rocks. And she loves to find special rocks, and she gave me that one. And then I have a Funko Pop that is Betty Boop. And there are 2 tumblers back there, or 2 hydro flasks. One of these came from Tina Hart, Beautiful Journey. And then the other one came from Beauty MZ, Mary from Beautifying MZ. And then This also came from Tina. I love sunflowers so very much. And then this bear, my daughter bought for me when my dad passed away. He loved the Cleveland Browns. And then if you squeeze his paw, my dad's voice is in it. So all of this stuff means the world to me. And so it's always up here where I can see it. Again, if you see my Shop My Stash, you see these. These are my eyeshadow palettes. These are some of my perfumes. These are my full-size perfumes. And then I have other perfumes on a lower shelf. But these are all my eyeshadow palettes. This also is from a very good friend. And then those are all my smaller palettes that won't fit on my shelf any other way except for in those bins. The palettes on the right there are my chopping block palettes. Those are being brought into my Project 3 uses. Those two black palettes right there in the middle, I keep for sentimental reasons. And it's just an e.l.f. palette and a L'Oreal palette. But they're very sentimental to me, and I keep them and I will never get rid of them. I have some jewelry there. Is it in the best spot? No, but that's where I have it. I have a jewelry box in my room. If I put it in my jewelry box, I won't use it. I won't wear my jewelry. Those are all a bunch of samples. These are fragrances. I have those fragrances there, which I wear quite often. I have a bunch of travel size, and those are samples, like sample fragrances. And then on the bottom there are a bunch of candles. You guys, that's it. That is my impromptu vanity tour. I was not prepared for this. I just did it. I've been wanting to do it for a really long time. Any of my lights or my Alex drawers or whatever, I will have listed in the description box below. As I said, the Alex drawers came from Temu, but they are really great quality, and I was really surprised by that. So any of my tools, any of my things that I use, my craft cart over here that holds my brushes, I'll list it in the description box if you want to go take a look at it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.